afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Crossroads Winter. It's Crossroads, but in the winter. And some points have been slightly changed about here. In the south is Bodye, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the United States of America. Taking on the role here of the 5th Armored Division. As north it is Mephala, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Panzer Division here with Mechanised Assault, leading up for a series of rapid attacks on the Americans. With assault grenadiers, Mechanised Assault Groups, Stugis, light artillery barrages and Tiger tanks versus heavy cavalry, mechanized and airborne company. Both sides having a Muslim infantry with a bit of machine gun bullets there mixed in from Mephala for a bit of extra German spice. Double rifle there on the way for Bodye. MP-14 eastwards, assault guns falling up there. The MP-40s clenched tightly in their hands, fingers ready at the trigger to hose down any Americans that may pop up right in front of them. At the right range, of course. Trigger discipline, of course, is important. In the North, Pioneers is the northern point here, securing the eastern fuel point there rapidly. MD-42, Pioneers securing the rear, securing the car point, secure the fuel. Riflemen saluting eastwards there for Bodye. Got the infantry coming as well there from Mephala, so can back up with grenadiers, probably in case that Bodye does go for mechanized company, in which case a dodge would be a big issue here for Mephala. So having access to grenadiers to back up with this assault grenadiers in that situation is pretty good. Third rifle's on the way there for Bodye. Assault guns southwards, backed up by the MD-42 and heavy cavalry here for Bodye, opening up for mines from the riflemen, sandbags, smoke screens, rangers, combined arms, and of course the Pershing heavy tank. Mephala there, briefly seemingly considering going for assault grenadiers. Squad number 2 instead commits to a regular grenadiers to support up his frontline efforts against the Amerikanen. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. With that little message out of the way, we're back to our action. Not really a lot happening, which is why I can sort of sneak in there. Assault is ready behind the hedges. What's the Americans? One sees this one coming. 9, but they'll hear it if you don't shut up, Ludwig. So shut up, or I'll shut you up. Pioneers was the rear echelons, grenadiers sitting out there. Noting sandbags here across each other. And there you go. Grenadiers versus riflemen, Pioneers versus rear echelons. Assault guns, they could try and move into support. They're still remaining on defensive position, probably to support the MD-42. Riflemen threatening here the car point behind Mephala. And Mephala there go finally gets the assault grenadiers out. Could sneak in a second squad here versus Bodye. And there go riflemen assault grenadiers. He's going to have to sprint to get close to them. He does not. I feel like that's a tactical error there by Mephala, possibly. Second assault grenade squad out there though for Mephala and the German army, the Panzer Division, MD-42 back here to carry up the calf point. Got grenadiers being surrounded by the rifle squad, and there you go, suppressive fire raining down on them, but they do get out of the arc of fire. Rifle here converging in the lone grenadier squad in a bit of a tight position there. How will Mephala respond to this aggressive push by Bodye? Assaulters moving in, they could try and sprint here to deal with the rifle there. Grenadiers here being overwhelmed by sheer volume of fire here from all of Bodye's M1 Garands, and they're not going to make it back home for breakfast. Assault gun is flanking up behind. He's going to have to replace those grenadiers at some point. Assault guns then are definitely an advanced spot since there's a lot of rifle at range. The assault grenadiers are not exactly favoured since the MP-40 is decidedly a close quarters weapon, unlike the M1 Garand. Rifle are taking damage from the MP-40 to some degree. The assault gunners as well. Other squad man to get close. More grenadiers there from Mephala, but so far Bodye is just bodying Mephala's infantry in the series of engagements. The assault grenadiers are trying their best, but they are falling a bit short. And there go rifle squad force. Oh, there's an opportunity. He actually made a mistake of retreating right past the assault grenadiers with low health and no way to cover them up. He could have tried calling the smoke screen here, but oh, he gets lucky though. He gets so lucky. He doesn't get a wipe. That would have been great there for Mephala. Huge punish there for Bodye. And there you go, Raven a bit of trouble. Got this also moving in again there, quickly doing damage. 3 kills there so far. Third grenadier scored out again. The rifle pushing straight here for the eastern points here under Mephala's control, hoping to change that control element. We got an ambulance on the way there for Bodye, and we got no tech here. So heavy infantry build there. What could Bodye be planning besides an ambulance? Normally you get like 3 rifle squads at this point in the current meta, and then lieutenant or captain. But Bodye here is clearly diverging from this. At the same time, hitting the western cup on there. Good maneuver there by Mephala against Bodye, looking to cut off his resources. Very good there. Ambulance out there to heal up a lot of Bodye's infantry, which has certainly taken quite a beating there. Against the Germans, the assault grenadiers, even they didn't kill them, just left a lot of those rifle squads in tatters. The men covered in wounds and bruises. So what is Bodye planning next here to try and turn the tide against Mephala and Deutschland? Soldiers from green here. Still no sprint there from Mephala. Usually we really want to get like close to the infantry close to the assault grenadiers, so using sprint in this regard is very imperative, but Mephala here seems to think it's more optional. S-mines in the car point there, Mephala here breaking out the big sneaky tricks against the Americans. And Rifle Squad walks straight into there, suffering heavy casualties, and Lewis and Bob get blown to bits. So do we have any take up yet? No, we get weapon racks instead. Bodye is going for early bars. Wow, that is not one you see very often here. Full rifleman and early bars. That is definitely not meta there by Bodye. That is definitely quite interesting though. I mean, it allows him again to play much more aggressively in some ways, but he then sort of is going to be a bit slow, then sort of follow-up punch with either, you know, half checks, pack house and anti-tank guns, or Stuart light tank and 50 calibers. Gotta wipe there, the Russians did perish in face of the German army. Like to make a nice company up here for Mephala though, and Deutschland having now taken the head of his American opponent. Of course, Mephala does have the BAR, and there's the assault grenades that could find very good purchase. It's going to make it very difficult for the assault grenades to get close to them, and this could possibly why Bodye went for so early a BAR upgrade there, since it's going to make it a bit harder here for Mephala to use this assault grenades efficiently though. Mephala's already a step ahead, then he's going for the 2-2. Bunker up this rock, provide healing for the assault grenadiers, who have themselves also rather torn up a bit there versus the Americans. MG4 to covering the car point. Rather than standing right beyond line of sight here. Lucky there for Bodye, less lucky for Mephalla's MG42 crew. Also realizes, hang on, we can't see the American assholes. Rifleman setting out there. Basically with sandbags up there, very good. And we got the captain there for Bodye, El Capitan. Can of course also be upgraded with the BAR himself. We'll have to see what Bodye plans beyond that. Will there be any Rangers here versus Mephala, since Rangers with Thompsons could also be another way to give those assault grenadiers a bit of a rougher ride. Moving up behind the rifle squad there, no anti-tank rifle grenades cause means they are quite vulnerable here to the 2-2, the lighter Panzerspähwagen. And go finally getting that veteran 2-1, but they are being aggressively pursued by the Germans, and they're not, I think, in a condition to pursue the 2-2 to threaten it. Rifle squad here with the BAR. Versus 2 assault grenadier squads and 2-2. The BAR is less impressive. Obviously, in one-on-one engagement would be great, but versus that many, it might fall a bit short. We got the captain out there. We got the BAR on the way for the captain, and we got mechanized command upgrade there for Bodye and the 5th Armored Division. And we got Rifleman here versus Grenadiers. 2-2 moving in once more. No light machine in there yet from Mephala, since obviously all that munitions went for the medics. Signpost there being torn to bits by the 2-2. Now no one will be able to find the way to Berlin. Mission accomplished. Pack 40 in the way there from Mephala. The Panzerabwehr Kanone 40. 2-2 assault grenadiers roaming forwards. And here assaulters with the captain in the west. Anti-aircraft tactic on the way. That's a bit of a problem there for Mephala's infantry. Of course, the Pack 40 is going to be a nice pick there. And there you go. Charging up the assault captain there, but across negative grabber. Versus a unit with bars and Thompson. That is definitely not a great move there. We got a few grenades tossed in, but not enough there. And Bodye's captain stands supreme. Now backed up by Rifleman with more BARs. And there you go, grenade assault. A sudden flurry of explosions goes off, but in the end, more infantry awaits, more BARs, and not enough grenades, sadly. In the east, 2-2 MG42 moving up there. Nice little coordination in there. 2-2 can easily spot for the MG42. Alton Theory cover up its flanks. Half take halfway done here. Bodye finally claims the cuff onto the fuel point there. Nice aggressive harassment there from Mephala. Grenadier squad there could perish again. In fact, yeah, that's going to happen there. Trying to retreat, we've got a bar-wielding rifle squad there on the retreat point. There you go. That's another Grenadier squad biting the dust in service of Das Vaterland. Back here, healing reinforcement, what's more going on? Rifleman out the west side. Infantry setting out, and then there you go. Anti-aircraft tactic out there for Bodye and the 1st Armored, or 5th Armored. Rifleman holding up the centre. Pioneers caught here. They're floundering out for this, spewing out hot fire there. The American troops, and there goes assault inspector with the 2-2 launching assault here to secure the area around the car point there. And there you go, another grenade assault here. Mephala certainly showing himself to be a eager thrower of grenades. Pioneer's been slowly cut to revenue here by the rifle squad at range. We've got the 2-2 moving in. And these they have to engage in the MG42. If it exits into our pissing rounds, it might actually a chance. That's the half track, but without it, it's toast and has to retreat. Those two do against the rifle squad is trying to with a heavy cover. It's going to be a harder time dealing with it. On the other hand, it might still win because at longer range it probably has a bit more firepower and the rifle can't do a lot of damage to it, but it's going to take some time. Bodye meanwhile going for an M1 anti-tank and probably to help deal with it, but also any potential armor Mephala might decide to chuck at him. Okay, I'm trying to get that pack spotted after getting out of the arc of fire there. Good move. Going for the car on there, finally disrupting Mephala's fuel flow. Very good. And Grenadier squad could get wiped again. Wow, Mephala's Grenadier preservation is not good, to put it mildly. I mean, he's good at keeping the assault Grenadiers alive, but his Grenadiers are suffering from frightening rates of attrition. MG42 bandits released and start to reclaim the car on there from Bodye and the 5th Armoured. Assault is there, slowly losing out to all the BAR wielding Raven. Again, they're having a hard time to get close as well because of the bars. And they're going to lose at range, in particular due to the bars. But also just MP40s suck at range. Longer ranges. And he's on the way there from Mephala. Again, maybe she just consider some Panzer Grenadiers. I feel like those would probably work out better for Mephala. But we'll have to see. Maybe remember to get a light machine gun upgrade for them. That could also assist Mephala here versus Bodye. Assault is taking heavy damage here from the rifle squad and the half-track. Back here, Grenadiers are soldiers reinforcing. Grenadier squad sitting out with Mephala. Captain holding out from now. We got 365 versus 417. Could pop in setting up his MB42 to help deal with damage. And there you go, great hit by the M1 anti-tank gun on the 222, almost knocking it out there. But you could also consider a pack out to bombard some over Mephala's stuff. That could be an idea there. Deny him uses the machine gun and also make it hard for Mephala to use his PAP 40. Mephala, meanwhile, deciding it's imperative to bring up another machine gun to deal with the Americans. Not a bad idea. He could also consider taking up. Here versus Bodye and say push out a fast piece of armour. Seizing the Western munitions. Cut off being hit there again in the east. Very good there. Nice play there by Bodye. Bit of nice flexible manoeuvring and an anti-tank holding back. And finally, we got the Grenadiers by the way, upgraded with an LMG 42. Took him long enough and then go in the east. Attempt to reclaim the fuel point. 2-2 basically spawning for the MG42 alongside the Pioneers, but yeah, that's not quite panning out there. And 2-2 can't join in, so with that, the fuel point has been neutral. A bit of a blow there to Mephala in terms of resource and will allow Bodye to now get ahead of Mephala. So that's a bit dangerous there for the German player if this situation persists for too long. Got the MG42 moving in there. Could call in smoke here and so they move ahead to the carve point again, or he's probably just going to retreat there. We'll have to see what Bodye does. 2-2 still remaining there as an observer. But they still render the point. Fully American there. And the center cap being held up here with the MG42 inside the building. Far up north here. Carve point being hit again though. Mephala showing he can do it too as well there against Bodye. So there you go, grenades here. Oh, Bodye retreating, there you go. Fine retreats to Rifleman. He was quite stubborn about that. After having to deal with the infantry unit there by the car point in the west. Still a take up there from Mephala. And Bodye there floating quite a bit of resources. Could consider fuel caches, could consider Ranger squad. I mean, you know, Thompson Ranger squad appearing in the right angle there could be a big problem for Mephala, so that's an option there for Bodye to consider. It may also just be an option to consider ignoring. Ralph squad makes his way back here, grabbing the car point here. Half check hanging back there for Bodye. Seizing points here with MG42 and the assault grenadiers. And using the anti-tank gun to basically bombard the building and force the machine gun to retreat out of fear for losing it due to collapsing house. Not a bad idea at all, not a bad idea at all. Mort on the way there from Mephala. A Grenadenwerfer. Try and break out of Bodye's straitjacket of democracy here that he's looking to constrain Mephala with. Wrapping up behind the pack 40 MD42, they're also looking to be outmaneuvered here. Could be a bit problematic from Mephala if that happens. There you go, folks. When we got a pack out for Bodye, not bad at all. Could have had that out sooner, to be honest. Definitely a bit of a slave there by Bodye. He's also losing some resources again. And there you go, Grenade there from up here. German mortar fire singing away there. Rifleman charging in and pushing back the machine gun. Pioneers in a bit of a good position there to deal with the Riflemen due to the heavy cover nearby, and of course their flamethrower, most importantly, of course. Ralph Scott immediately suffers intensive casualties as the fires just scorch them. Need to retreat. Oh, did not retreat in time and lost a BAR as well there. A significant blow there to Bodye, who's always in a really strong position infantry-wise. Bit too much going. Then the Wester half-track goes down. A double blow there to Bodye that will leave him reeling. Captain Lee salvages the BAR. Oh, the anti-tank gun. Oh, shows the Bodye, your anti-tank gun. Good lord, he was able to salvage it. We got to take up their down from, at least that's good. You might be able to push for Sherman here versus Mephala and put some pressure on him again. As for Mephala, we finally got to take up there as well. Very good, so good. Bad news there for Bodye. His anti-tank gun got cut off from this mortal coil. Packard firing down there. In the west, we got fighting here by the Western Victory Point. Munitions pump the MG42. This quickly putting a lock on that. Packard there could begin bombarding some suspected German positions there with the 75 mm with high explosive shells. The Packard was primarily designed though to work with paratrooper units and mountain infantry units that couldn't easily get access to, you know, heavy artillery, so they needed something lighter. Little fun fact there. Strength to the MG42 here though. And suppressed. Worth noting that Mephala has not upgraded him as assault grenadiers there with the veteran school leader, which of course would really improve their combat performance and overall utility. So it's a bit surprised that Mephala isn't going there. Plus, I mean, just 6-man squads are generally nice out for the Germans because they usually don't really get them unless they're Ostrom. Tutuming eastwards here to assist. Packard firing down there. MG4 just repositioned due to that. Got response from Mephala. Pioneer sweeping in. To continue further ahead, Packard fire continues to rain down like very heavy and explosive raindrops. Rather than a major move towards the center, could call in artillery here perhaps, or smoke at least. Maybe we're fighting here in the east. Need to get the Packard to silence that machine gun again. We can see these, I think, actually sort of more consistently pushing it about there to ensure that it does need to get hit there by return fire from the Packard. And then go 2-2 goes down to the M1. Bit of a blow. Pioneers going to deal with the rifle squad. Need to close in to deal with them fast. There we go. Swift maneuver there by Bodye. The Pioneers are still doing some heavy damage. Machine guns to hose away in the center there. Ralph Scott rushed the Pack 40. Could rush the mortar, in fact, as well, instead of remaining out in the open versus a mortar. And there you go. Big hit there. Kills one, but leaves the rest of the unit severely deprived of health. Mephala, it looks like, might be starting for Tiger Tank, and I'm starting to get the feeling so is Bodye. So both are basically trying to stall for heavy tank, except Mephala in this case is ahead of Bodye, which is definitely a problem for Bodye. Tilton's of course lost his half track, so can't really further punish this in any way. So it's going to be, you know, behind here. And we'll likely need another anti-tank to really sort of minimize the impact of a Tiger Tank. Of course, the question is if Bodye is making that read on Mephala. I mean, his opponent's going for Mechanised Assault. He hasn't really seen any armor vehicles except that one 222. So assuming a Tiger Assault here from his opponent is, you know, a very safe thing to do. Either way, though, Tiger Tank is moments away there from Mephala, and the Panzerlehr, Panzerdivision. Second pack out for Bodye. I mean, in some ways it can be devastating, but I definitely feel like this is a awkward read on his opponent. And certainly versus a Tiger Tank, double pack cowards is not a great pick. Rifleman in there, something's about to get cleared out. There you go, Tiger Tank out here for Mephala and the Panzerlehr, Panzerdivision. Sort of being flanked, and before 2 that quickly deals with the rifle coming on the other flank. Very good here. Good push there, Mephala, and Bodye is in a really tight position. Of course, now he's been denied most of his fuel. He's still trying to stall for the Pershing, but the situation what he's trying to do so is definitely precarious. And there you go, Tiger Tank advances, pinball machine on the way there for it. Ralph Scott needs to get away before it gets destroyed by the Tiger Tank or the MG42. Tiger shoots, gets a single kill. Another kill with the devastating 88 on the gun. Same as used on the infamous Flak 88 anti-aircraft gun. Securing the center there, anti-tank away number 2 for Bodye to help, of course, deal with the Tiger tank and any other armor that Mephala might decide to chuck at him. But Bodye needs to gain control of the map back and needs to gain control of the fuel back. Otherwise, this person is going to take forever, and then when he finally hits, it's likely going to be met with a lot more firepower than he's ready for. Pioneer squad taking up with the pack cards, some more Pioneers on the way from Mephala to assist with repairing the Tiger tank. That's a very good move there from Mephala. Very good. Tiger tank moving ahead. Grabbing the cover point there. Pack cards are slowly inching forwards there for Bodye. Anti-tank and shoots in the frontal arm of the Tiger, bounces. Second shot though goes through the 80 or 100mm thick armor. Route squad there pushed back there by the Tiger tank and MD42 combo. Mephala continues to have a strong lockdown on the map, which Bodye is trying to deal with, in particular since contact taking into where Mephala is expecting it. I think Bodye might benefit from actually pushing eastwards instead and trying to outmaneuver Mephala that way. But for now, Bodye seems very determined to reclaim the western side here from Mephala and the Panzerdivision. And once opening up there, go light artillery fire called in. Entertainment gets its crew cleared out, and Kutris being destroyed here by the light artillery fire raining down on it. Bodye here did not provide enough support for the anti-tank. It's pushed them too far ahead as well. And there you go. Second anti-tank gun down. Both pack cards exposed. This is horrific for Bodye. Absolutely bad. Anti-tank gun destroyed. Second one could follow next. Right from in. He needs to get more infantry on it. Should have more infantry support in the first place, to be honest. Is dreadful for Bodye. He's close to the Pershing, but now he has no anti-tank guns. That was a, I would say, poorly conducted maneuver. He did not consider that one at all. And he got punished thoroughly there by Mephala. Thoroughly, who meanwhile had his infantry by his target tanks, who needs to deal with anti-tank guns. And that's kind of why you want infantry support your tiger tanks and your heavy armor in general, because again, the infantry can hit the clear out threats like anti-tank guns somewhat. In particular, if opponent moves in like that. That was a, again, very bad call by Bodye. He's going for another anti-tank gun, which actually delays his Pershing more, but he kind of has to. So the situation for Bodye is very much desperate, largely, I would say, due to his own making. Needs to get a skirmishing going on there. 302 versus 195. Force-wise, they're roughly at the same size, but Bodye's got a steep hill to climb up of here. It's going to be a challenge. Not impossible, but it's going to be tough. Ravner flanking the MD42 here in the centre. Ravner far from the Tiger tank there. Still no sign of additional armor from Mephala. Definite mistake. I mean, just say getting out Osprins now, something like that to support the Tiger tank would be a very strong move here, and could easily roll out Bodye like a pool in its sweater. But so far, Mephala's not considering that. There goes soldiers could go down. In fact, seems likely to go down. Worth noting, neither of them has an upgrade of veteran score leaders. Bit of mistake, I think, by Mephala. And there we go. That's a wipe. A small win here for Bodye against Mephala, who's now done just 2 infantry squads. And we got the heavy panzer going out from Mephala. So hard to say what's going to play in there. Maybe a Panzerwerfer. Still regaining some damage. Enough at this point in the south has been utterly ignored for now, which is a bit weird. Gunners was Captain then moving up, got the major going for the fuel point there to reclaim it, fighting in the centre as well. Double pack cards of barrages going down there. That's all to take man loss, and the rifle court there will need to get out of there before they get exterminated. And the west, another Grenadier squad perishes, but a rifle squad does go down elsewhere. Still, Mephala's really been losing a lot of Grenadiers this match so far. Still, getting rid of a lot of Mephala's infantry might just give Bodye more time to get back, because while the Tiger tank is an issue, he can at least sort of try and play around it with his infantry, which is definitely numerically superior there to Mephala's at the moment. So there's still hope here for Bodye, and he's also not far away from the Pershing. Good lord, almost wiped the Pioneers as well with the double pack howitzers. Brutal. And there you go, Bodye can finally go for the M26 Pershing heavy tank. He just needs to press the button. And there you go, Panther off there from Mephala, bombarding the pack houses, but mostly missing. Getting a single kill there. Finding the Western victory point here. And there you go, Bodye calls in the M26 Pershing heavy tank. Major defend the car upon there, counter about to be pushed out here by the assault grenadiers. Still no veteran squad leaders, still none. We got 302 vs 164. Pershing rolling out here for Bodye. And democracy. Also got an MG42 that apparently has been forgotten. That's definitely something there that's a bit of a miss for both sides. But Bodye just stealing an MG42 away from Mephala would be great. Allow him to help control ground. Of course, for Mephala, he should just one hit back because there's obviously great result of Bodye's infantry. In particular, now that he's basically down to just one assault gun that he's scored. So really should be prioritising that. Truth be told. He really should be prioritising that. In the centre, we've got the Pershing moving up. Here, taking fire from the target tank, though. Nasty hits there. Of course, still got the pack counter flank to solidify there. Panther 485 again. Target tank under heavy fire here from American armoured weaponry and anti-tank guns. Target tank, though, is already close to victory 2, which is definitely bad news for Bodye. Signals infinite, there goes. Soldiers were being surrounded by riflemen. Could be a wipe, could be a wipe. That'd be devastating there for Mephala, but no, he does get them away. He needs to replace those infantry losses, and Bodye really should just grab that MG42. Seems like he's realising he's going to nab it, turn it towards the course of liberty. You might got the Panther there firing away. One kill, but that could quickly go up. Maybe squads count. Anyways, Rouse caught their retreating. They're not taking any chances. Machine gun is now behind the wreckage of a burned out half track. M4 to come at the eastern side. And we got reactions all the way here for Bodye to help repair his Pershing, since obviously he's got nothing else to repair it with. Packard fighting the Pioneers there. Ooh, S-mines up. Sadly, Ludwig was a bit too slow to get out of the minefield, and most of it has all been cleared out there by the artillery, which was one way by to clear out minefields, just bombard with artillery and set off the mines that way. Obviously a bit messy, but it could be done. Gunnery soldiers moving towards the western point here. Very close to veteran defeat and the ace level. Still no squad leaders. Bit of an oversight, I feel like, there by Mephala, personally. Pershing there being slowly fixed up there for Bodye. Rather than being battled by the target tank. 20 kills close to veteran 2. Mortar deceased, or at least the crew is. The tube can still function if someone grabs it. And we got more grenadiers from Mephala. No panzer grenadiers, just more grenadiers to apparently be sacrificed. Love to see what Mephala goes for next and what Bodye goes for next. I mean, Sherman's back up his Pershing with a good idea, or Jackson to help specifically deal with the target tank. That could also be a very potent idea there. Panther F at it again. This time firing out the MG42. Half track crumbles, most of the crew dies. The Panther F did something for once. And we got air recons here from Bodye to get an idea there of how the battlefield looks and maybe where to strike and not to strike against Mephala. Right, now being counted with grenadiers and Pioneers moving to contest this. Assault target tank ultimately moved into further stop here. Bodye's great left infantry flank. In the centre, we got the Pershing will head slowly here. Pioneers being blasted. No safe for some usage of combined arms to boost the Pershing. That could be an idea there. Pioneer squad's about to get wiped out. That's going to hurt Mephala a bit there. Yes, indeed, wipe by the pack charges. They're definitely paying off nicely for Bodye and the 5th Armoured. Pershing moving through the centre, right into the target tank's line of fire. There you go, rear hit there. Pack all integrating the Pershing. Target tank, in fact, very close to 52. Pershing shoots, misses. Target tank gets another great hit, and veteran 2 increasing range and accuracy. And the Rearson School gets to feel said accuracy very specifically upon their bodies, as 3/4 of the unit gets annihilated. He needs more reaction to speed up repairs of the Pershing here. He needs to attempt to move through his counter, but the MG42 not trying to smoke there. In fact, Bodye's just floating a lot of munitions now. It seems like he's almost forgotten to use abilities here versus opponents. Starting to say upgrading the Major with bazookas. Feel like that's a bit of a slight mistake there by Bodye versus Mephala. 271 versus 156, and the anti-tank crew goes down into artillery strike from Mephala, who's also floating munitions. Could also be using more abilities like that, but also just lay down lots of mines. And similarly, Bodye could also benefit from laying down a ton of mines. So both players there could probably improve that a bit. Just moving back here for healing reinforcement. And Mephala goes for a Stug Ausführung E. And I'm not entirely sure why though. I mean, you could go for Sturmpanzer, that would probably be better. You can go for Ostman, that would definitely be better. So I'm not entirely sure he went for Stug E here. It just seems a bit weird, particularly with the Pershing. Need to fix up that Pershing. Got rivalry up on the west side with the Grenadiers there. Back here, healing reinforcement. Packard hanging back here with 7 kills. Close veterans 2-1. Love squad on fire from the target tank as it advances slowly for the fatherland. Pioneers hanging up with the assault grenadiers as well. Assault's being forced there. 11 kills for das Vaterland. Still no veteran squad with upgrades on them though. Nice hit from the pack house as Friedrich gets blown to bits. Machine can defend here, but against a Stug E, that's going to be difficult. Oh, unit wiped here. Assault Grenadier squad wiped out by the Pershing, but looks at that on the pack house. All the way though, Mephala's infantry woes continue. He barely has any infantry. He really needs to replace those losses, I feel like. Target tank charging through here. The wreckage, clearing out the anti-tank crew there in a matter of moments. And with that, it's destroyed. Bodye's down to just 1 Pershing now. No bazookas on the rear echelons. And he's only got 1 squad as well there. Bodye, I feel like, needs to spend resources like munitions much more efficiently than he currently is. That's definitely feel like one issue. Like, he could be laying down mines, he could be using abilities, he could be chucking grenades if he wanted to, but Bodye just isn't really doing a lot with his munitions. And that is definitely something he needs to, I think, quickly rectify here to increase his chances versus Mephala and Deutschland. Pershing's main gun gets knocked out here by the target tank, which is now more than halfway to the ace level towards Veterancy 3. Now the anti-tank and there for Bodye to replace the one that got destroyed. More machine guns from Mephala to help contain all of Bodye's infantry, which remains probably his strongest asset still. They're certainly struggling, I think, to get full traction out against here versus Mephala. Ralph's got to move towards the centre, which is starting to look quite like a crater there due to all the fire that's just been levelled against it. Meanwhile, he still hasn't crewed that machine gun. Oh, we got more artillery here and still no smoke from Bodye. He's really not keen on using abilities, is he? He is not keen on that at all. More artillery fire there. More pioneers from Mephala. He's lost both of them and has no means of repairing his almost ace target tank. And of course, Bodye can still do more variation to speed the repairs of his Pershing. Half a Veterancy 2 itself. So let's see what Bodye does next. But a Jackson at this point, I think, could be a very solid choice here, to be honest. Also might want to do something the eastern side. We can somehow roll out the eastern flank. That could also, I think, be helpful there for Bodye. And again, he's got the smoke to quickly stop the machine and then rush it. Ground the centre victory point, push at the west side, though with limited support. We at least got the major finally equipped with some bazookas. So he's finally trying to do something with those, but I still feel like he's not doing the utmost with his resources that he could be doing versus Mephala. Target tank there, very close to the ace level now, 32 kills. One to tank on fire on it. We got 257 versus 140. The clock is ticking. Slowly against Mephala, but it is ticking. Bodye sitting out. Cross got there getting hammered by the Stugi and the Tiger tank. Stugi so far with 4 kills, Veteran G1. Better standoff here between Mephala and Bodye, both a bit short on manpower. Now, of course, the difference, Bodye's plenty of infantry, whereas Mephala has barely any. He's down to just 1 Grenadier squad. Absolutely hit there, going to the 905. The Tiger tank, 35 kills, very close to the ace level, seizing the Western Victory Point and munitions. Still nothing happening in the eastern side, neither from Mephala as well. Could be doing that at least as well. There's some suggestion. I mean, it's just wide open. So I'm surprised he's just not moving in there. Artillery fire there. Almost clear anti-tank and Major on the run as well. Panther of their veterans won 5 kills, personally taking heavy damage to the Packs and Tigers. Incredibly close to the ace level in the centre, right now to fire from the machine gun. No smoke called in here, could have been easily counter. More to recruit them Mephala. Pack cards there hanging back and bombarding, possibly to seal the machine gun there, or the pack mortar, who knows what to hit. Pack seems to be the target, in fact, here, the intended subject of Bodye's artillery wrath. There you go, the pack crew expires. On the 27 to 254, Migala Jackson checks the leather for Bodye. Mephala still has yet to reveal his hand here. Is the Sturmpanzer? Is the Panther? And we got assault grenadiers out there from Mephala. Will he finally remember to upgrade them with veteran score leaders? Or will he just casually ignore it once more? House collapses under withering artillery fire there from Bodye's 2 pack houses. Veteran 2 and veterans 1, 10 and 13 kills. And we got the pack outs out again. Here was the machine gun. Plus the mortar. Captain under fire. In the east side we got the rifle from Scott. There's the MG42. Jackson tank's almost done there against Bodye. And we got fresh pioneers out there for Mephala to assist with repairs of his armour. Very good. Jackson tanks will find around there for Bodye in the 5th Armoured. Sadly not getting through. They're still not popping smoke, but he's relying in this case on the pack out to push it away. I guess that's an option. Assault grenades facing the challenge of the last against the Pershing here in the centre. Machine gun there. Still suffering the wrath here, possibly the pack houses, or maybe not. And there you go, great hit in the Pershing by the Pack 40. Major rifle from towards the centre, got grenades, got the Titan in the way there. It's got Blitzkrieg on it, but it's very, very close to the ace level. And there you go, ace level, 39 kills, increased rate of fire and increased mobility further, just heightening the threat level that the Tiger has on the battlefield against Bodye. Jackson are hanging back, he's going to need more Jacksons or whatever there, he's going to need mines and he's going to need to use his abilities. I mean, he's playing so much munitions, he's just not using any of it. That definitely feels like a significant flaw in Bodye's overall game plan. That is, I would say, lack of interest in sort of trying to outmaneuver Mephala as well. But admittedly, Mephala is not a great maneuver play either. 247 to 114, we got the Stoop there in the way. Half HP, 270 kills. Tiger tank joined the fun as well, and there goes shoots, misses. So much artillery going off all the time. The creating of the centre continues. Pershing there, 9 kills, Betsy 2 finally got that far. So what is Mephala planning? Even he's flooding a lot of fuel, but at least he's got manpower to excuse. There's not really any excuse for Bodye not to use all of his munitions, and Mephala is also flooding it, and he could also be laying down mines. I mean, there's definitely some improvements there for both players here to be done in terms of mining and resource expenditure. Major going for the centre. Rears and by have not been upgraded bazookas. Could easily do that. 100 points left there for Bodye versus Mephala. Pershing bringing head back up there into Tangun. Jackson's well ready to support. Decent hit there. 10 kills. And the pack out to silence one of Mephala's 2 MG42 crews. Second one rushing straight for the same area there. Risking being annihilated, but does get away safely. Close one there for Mephala. Ralph scored hold here by the Tiger tank. 45 kills. Jackson and tank and moving up here to engage the target tank and the Stoogie. Stoogie there suffering heavy damage. Target tank bouncing a shot there from the M1. Jackson needs to careful not to push to the strength of that 40 with target weak point for that matter. Good hit there, but there's a chance that Jackie goes down. No. Survives. Close one there. In the centre, we got the person engaging Mephala's beleaguering from the far east there. Finally, he's making his move, heading the eastern victory point, munitions point there. 2 thumbs up. We also got to the corner again by Mephala, as once more. Bodye remains surprisingly lax with his ability usage. 6 high munitions there. 75 points there for Bodye, claims the centre, but again has lost the eastern victory point there to Mephala, who's now going for Panther, a Panzerkampfwagen 5. Good lord. Stoogie gaining veteran 2. Target tank there with 46 kills. 12 kills on the Persian in the centre of the machine gun, almost popping it out there. Oh, stunned. Nice work there by Mephala's pack crew. And he apparently hasn't realised what's going on the eastern side there. Now dispatching a lone machine gun crew to try and stop whatever's going on. Though a good sprint from the assault grenadiers could easily deal with that. If Mephala, of course, remembers to sprint, he still hasn't upgraded them. There you go, grenade assault attempted, but really should have just sprinted. There you go, instead calling artillery here, the light infantry should signal to bombard this from position to silence the Americans. Certainly the artillery's making its impact felt on the machine gun crew, almost wiping it out entirely. And there you go, gone. Finding around the car point as Bodye just going for the jugular there of Mephala. Panther there with 0 kills, but a bit of damage. Could add a machine gun. Target tank sending out there again, 46 kills. A heavy duel of wills between these two players. Target tank advances. Panther rates support as well. Mortar gaining veterans 2 with 4 kills. And there you go, unit wiped by the target tank. We got 52 kills. More reactions going for Bodye to repair his armour. That is one hell of a target tank there for Mephala. One hell of a target tank. Eastern victory point reclaimed, and now has in fact control over 3 victory points against Mephala.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
More reactions out. Still, he's been to spend a bit more munitions, but still could use it on smoke, could use it in combined arms, could be using it on mines. There's just a lot there which I feel like Bodye is just not quite utilising it to its fullest extent there. 205 versus 68, target tank sending out. Panther could of course be joining in there. Probably should. Entertainer there being healed. Shoulders needs reinforcement.
Germans have 200 points left.
198 there for Mephala. Assaulters being moved ahead. They're not even fully reinforced, but apparently used to recruit that machine gun. Got a barb left behind here.
Is overrunning one of our capture points.
191 versus 68. So far, Bodye's response is waiting, it seems, against Mephala. And there you go, Robin as the Grenadiers. Pershing sets out, great hit in the Grenadiers. Panther hands, great hit, target shoots, misses.
Capture point is being overrun.
Eastern side here, Captain sees an eastern fuel point there. I mean, munitions, not fuel, I'm just used to the other version of the map. Target, Panther bounces shot there from the M1 anti-tank gun, slightly close there from Mephala. More to find the rifle squad here. Northern point being claimed. Backhand Bodye's base, a bit quiet. 63 on 89. Stu there with 7 kills, targeting advances, trying to line up the anti-tankers. Got 53 still. Direct hit, wipes the anti-tank crew, but there you go. Pershing Jackson moving in, engages the target tank there. Anti-tank and destroyed by the target tank. Panther with fire, raining down on the advancing troops, clearing out the rears and trying to back up Bodye's armour, leaving without any serious anti-tank support there. Panther and Tiger tank going into the Pershing, causing heavy damage. 57 kills on the Tiger. Pershing, less than half health. We got an H-Rep round there as the Tiger, but it's forced to pull back there. Can't happen fast enough. Pershing almost down here. Panther moving ahead. Tiger tank backs off. Panther's going to likely try and go here for a kill. There you go. Veterans Command is now suffering heavy damage for the Jackson. But the Jackson in turn takes hit from the Pack 40, backing up Mephala's Panther thrust. And there you go. The Jackson's down, leaving Bodye now with a heavily damaged Pershing. That was very swiftly violently executed there. 57 kills in the Tiger tank as Mephala gets to work repairing it. troops here healing, reinforcing. Should give the 7 kills. Need to fix up the Panther there. Fixing up the Tiger. Kind of these assault gunners setting out. Quad here, assault moving towards the centre. Very quietly, we got 59 versus 189 points. Stugi still defends the western victory point like a lone sentinel. Captain Rifle moving up there. Rifle's got there, suffers a excruciating hit there from the Tiger tank. 60 kills now. 61. Still standing about here. Still no upgrades for them. A bit surprised at that, honestly, by Mephala. Rifle's got to go to the victory point, then quickly route it. Now the Jackson there for Bodye. Panther almost good to go. Got the mortar creeping up, probably going to hit that eastern victory point. And again, Bodye is very much focused just directly on Mephala, certainly seems to be a case of tunnel vision. And Mephala, while also somewhat tunnel vision, at least has slightly better overall view of the battlefield than Bodye is actually able to hit the eastern side there. Whereas Bodye just seems to think this does not exist. Jackson tanks almost done. Panther about to unleash hell here. 10 rockets of doom spewed out. Mostly killing squirrels, it seems. Mostly killing squirrels. Passing up there halfway to the ace level. 36 versus 189. There you go, Racing Squad annihilated by a combined Tiger machine gun. There you go, great hit on the Pershing. Right within the range of another gun, it's the Panther Faster. There you go, Tiger tank Panther moving forwards here. Pershing is in deep trouble. Jackson moving up there, engaging but missing. Pershing there being caught between the Panther and the Tiger tank. Panther bounces at point blank range. Pershing does not. And this time the Panther goes through. Pershing is down. Great hit in the realm of the Panther there. Jackson taking heavy damage. About to go down there. Go. Panther gets away. Very, very close. 52 there. Jackson combusts as the Tiger tank's 8 hit middle shell there sets off the munitions. Captain there becomes the 68 kill there on the Tiger tank. And there you go. GG. Game over. A loss there for Bodye. A victory for Mephala. A victory for German engineering. A brutal battle here in Crossroads Winter. In the end, though, Bodye failed again to use his munitions effectively. Could use the abilities, could use the mines, grenades, whatever. There was definitely a lack of usage of the munitions. Also, tunnel vision became a big problem there for Bodye as he just sort of lost out the battlefield. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thanks for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.